Hello and welcome to another video from PlodWare. In this video we're going to have a look at an application that I've written which was called the multi-camera still snapper. It's a small PC application that allows me to monitor the video streams from up to 4 cameras and then take snapshots either individually or all together. I said the project as such is to have a PC executable that displays video streams from up to 4 cameras simultaneously and enables the user to take snapshots or stills from these streams. A requirement is that the target PC program be running, but not necessarily having the mouse or keyboard focus. This means that effectively the program can be interrupt driven. Then on a stream basis, the resolution of a snapshot is selectable, limited by the resolutions exposed by the video device. The orientation of a snapshot is selectable. And if the video device or the software supports user configurable parameters such as focus, zoom, exposure, then that ability to alter such parameters will be available to the user. You can trigger a snapshot either using the mouse pointing device of the PC or by means of an external device that generates MIDI messages to the target PC via a MIDI over USB protocol. Now, there were 2 other videos that I've done which are related to this, and that's how to create a PC executable that responds to MIDI messages, and a video that focuses on how to create a custom MIDI controller. I use the ideas from these 2 videos in this project. Right, let's have a look at the demo. I've prepared a folder and in it is the executable. Simply run it. I'd like to have a bit more of the screen available for us, so I'll make that a bit smaller. I've prepared a folder with the executable in it. Let's run it. Let's make it a bit smaller because I want the screen to see some other things. Let's get this out of the way. It's listing here available cameras. If I add or remove any, this list will be updated. I'm going to go straight in and use this camera. I'm going to set the resolution at 800 by 600, whatever, and then assign this camera to one of these columns. Let's assign it to the 3rd column. So use selected device in the 3rd column. There we are. We get to see the image. That's the stream. If I put my hands across it, see a live stream. And we can change the size of this. Move this down a little bit or out the way. And the whole point was to be able to take snapshots. So to take a snapshot of this particular column, simply decide what format you want. I've selected JPG, and no rotate. Let's be stupid and rotate it 180 degrees. And now it doesn't change the stream, but when we take a snapshot, we see that the snapshot is 180 degrees swapped. Let's flip it back to none, take another snapshot, and it's normal. Right, let's just stick the finger in a way, over the blue, take a snapshot, there's the finger over the blue, take the finger away, there. Right, the images, the snapshots, are stored by default in the same folder as the executable is. You can change it if you want. To change it, simply go in here, select a project folder. There's the demo, there's the stills. That's this stills here. So I've changed it now. Nothing in the stills. Let's take a snapshot. This time, let's imagine we had more than one camera up and running. If I press on this snap all channels, it'll take a snapshot from each active camera and put it in the folder. The names are slightly different. When we take a snapshot of all channels, let's take snapshot all channel. No, let's take a snapshot solo. This is the name of the current snapshot. It's got CS. The C is for the column A, B, C, and the S means it's a solo. If I now take a snapshot of all channels, oh, hang on, there we are. That's the snapshot. If I take a snapshot of all channels, it's still 0004. Sorry, it's 0001 using what was here before, but it hasn't got an S at the end to show that it's not a solo. Let's activate another camera. I've got another camera here. Let's leave it at 640 by 480 and put it in the fourth column. It's looking at the same, sorry, not easy to see. They're both looking at the same breadboard, but from a different angle. Interesting to note that if we decide now that we'd like this column 2 to be a bit different, let's get the properties for column 2. And let's say, let's change the brightness. Or change the zoom and the focus. Let's zoom in. Zoom in and improve the focus. And you can get the properties up for any active camera. Not all properties are supported. For this one, column 3, the properties does not include focus, does not include zoom. The camera doesn't support it. It's a different camera. But it does support, let's change exposure. Turn off automatic and change the exposure. There we are. So you can have these properties up and running on each camera and you can play with them live. Right. Close it. Close it. Let's see what else we can get up and running. Oh, let's take a snapshot of them all. If you don't like using the mouse to do the snapshots, to trigger them, there is a trick you can use. If you've got a MIDI-In device, which is described in another MIDI-In controller, described in another of my videos. It is actually this breadboard we're looking at is a MIDI controller. Select it, and it's set up so that the blue button will trigger column 0, column 1, column 2, column 3, and the red button will trigger all columns. So if I press the red button now, sorry, there you are, the red. And now we've got, here are our 2C and 2D. They're the snapshots of the active cameras. And the next time we take a snap of all, it'll go to 03. So let's do another. And there you are, it goes to 03. It's now up to you to hook up your cameras, decide what you want to see. Let's have a look at the USB one, USB video, set it to, there you are. put it in column 2. Ah, I see a little birdie. It's a web camera, sorry, it's a normal camera with a HDMI output, and it's on maximum zoom of times 60, and it's looking at some bird food that's in shadow, so it's not very sharp. I can make this smaller, and when a birdie pops up, if we only wanted to take a picture of this column, then we'd, oh, there it is, we could snap all. And let's see, where's our little birdie? There he is. Yeah, a bit out of focus. So, while we're at it, let's see what the resolution is. The resolution for the birdie picture was 1280 times 124. Yes, that's correct. And the resolution for the breadboard images is 800 by 60. Let's have a look. Properties, the C229 camera 860, and the 920 camera, didn't mean that, the 920 camera is set for 640. So let's see if the 920 properties is set for 640 by 480. Right. That's pretty much all I wanted to show. You can have up to 4 images at one time. I've got a 4th, but I don't like using it. It's the integrated camera. We've got to stick it here. That's the only free column. Oh, what a pretty fellow. Let's get up the properties. And I think a little bit more contrast. A little bit less brightness, a little wave, and that's the end of the demo. Just close everything, and off it went. The project-specific files for this project are available. They were compiled using the Microsoft Visual Studio 2022. It's a little bit out of date now, but should be no problem to move it on to the newer version of the Visual Studio. Where can you find the files? Well, go to my website, ripetech.com, and look for the Downloads and Scripts page. Locate the wanted file. It'll be a zip, and it'll be somewhere under the executables area of that page. The zip will contain all of the project-specific files you'll need to create this project using Visual Studio. Copy it, paste it where you want. The rest is up to you. First disclaimer against third parties. This video is provided for informational and educational use only. It is neither sponsored nor solicited. Where reference is made to any third-party organization, source, or documentation, then that reference was made under the assumption of fair use. Other than being a user of some products from companies referenced in this video, Microsoft Corporation, Arduino, etc., I have no connection with any of these companies, their employees, representatives, or subsidiaries. My second disclaimer is all information, software, scripts, and documentation in this video is provided as is and without any warranty, expressed or implied, including, but not limited to, the implied warranties of merchantability and fitness for a particular purpose. The user assumes all risks associated with the use of information, software, scripts, and documentation from this video. The rest of the disclaimer basically says, go ahead, use my provided information as you will. Just don't imply that I'm responsible. I am not. I started in 1972 rushed through the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, and it went on, but now I just plod along. Now I'm having a rest until the next video. Cheers.